Welcome back to the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and girls around the world. Good evening, boys and girls. Are you ready for bed? Are you all snuggled up and ready for another Lights Out bedtime story? Great, because you're in for a treat tonight. We're on part 8 of The Fantastically Great Women Who Changed the World on Wednesdays, and the book's by Pankhurst. Now, last week we heard about the wonderful adventures of Mary Seacole, the nurse that travelled all around and went to the Crimea, a war-torn place, to build a hospital for injured men. Now, can you guess who this week's wonderfully amazing woman who changed the world? Let me tell you all about her from the book by Kate Pankhurst. Now, this adventure-loving American pilot wanted to become the first ever woman to fly solo across the vast Atlantic Ocean, even though the dangerous journey had only been completed solo by one man before. Many others had died attempting it. She was still determined to let her dreams take flight. On the 20th of May 1932, this fantastic woman takes off from Harbour Grace, Newfoundland in Canada, headed for Paris in France. Strong winds and icy conditions caused the mechanical problems in her plane, and she realized she wasn't going to make it to Paris. Thinking quickly, this fantastic woman changes course and lands safely in Londonderry in Northern Ireland. 14 hours and 56 minutes after setting off, this fantastic woman becomes the first woman to fly the Atlantic solo. Wow. And that's from Canada or America all the way to the UK. It's a long way. Now, on the 11th of July 1935, this fantastic woman became the first ever person to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean. She took a flask of hot chocolate on the 3,875-kilometer journey to sip as she soared above the world. In 1937, this fantastic woman's plane vanished over the Pacific while she was trying to become the first woman to fly around the entire world. Despite a huge rescue attempt, she was never found. Nobody is sure what went wrong on her final flight, but what is certain is how she showed the world what amazing things a girl with adventure in her heart can achieve. This adventurer of aviation. Who was this fantastically great woman who changed the world? That's right, it's Amelia Earhart. And that's part 7 of The Fantastically Great Women Who Changed the World by Kate Pankhurst. Here on the Lights Out podcast, bedtime stories for boys and adventurous girls around the world. Good night.